Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is a leFH18B2, the 105 leFH18B2 French Tier 5 Premium SPG, and we're on the west spawn of Airfield, and it's being commanded by TerryDK. Now, it hasn't got the usual leFH18B2 colours, but that's because we're running a vanilla client at the moment. A vanilla client, that is, without the skins. Okay, Terry's headed north and towards the back of the map. It's 10.5 centimeter howitzer. Was actually quite a good piece of hardware. Pretty accurate gun. And it was basically a field gun that the Germans mounted on top of the Char B1 tanks that they captured from the French after the invasion of France in 1940. They only built 16 of these artillery pieces. 16 of these SPGs, I should say, not artillery pieces. But they are pretty effective in the game. It's the only premium SPG that's normally put on sale, but unfortunately Wargaming haven't put it on sale for some time. Now we're looking for a target, but nobody's turned up at the heavy pass. That's what I normally call the heavy pass. Oh, we've got a target at last. It's a T-34. He's up on top of the place, the heights where the tanks normally, or the TDs normally snipe from, and he got a useful hit there for 151 hit points. And a SAV-43's turned up on Temple Mount. That's that mount in the centre with the old Greek or Roman temple. Right, there's that T-34 again. Let the aim dial in and rounds out. Pretty accurate. Good shot. 167 that time. And he's fired again straight away. Unfortunately, it's no longer there, that T-34. But there is a Churchill, and they're slow-moving heavies, so they're easy to hit. Rounds out. Good hit. 126 hit points, 2 critical hits. I think he's tracked. He's recovered, he's repaired his track, but he's been hit again on the other side. And that's another 150 hit points down. You can see that where the impacts hit him. And there's a T-150 the other side of the rock. And there's that T-34 again. He's poked his head round to put some fire in, but to hide behind that rock and pull back when he needs to, but no longer, he won't be able to anymore. He's been turned into a wreck. Now we're looking for another target. There's a target, the T-28E with the F-30 gun. It's quite a deadly little medium, this. It's a very effective gun, but they're more of a long-range sniper than a dueler. So, and that's now a wreck, because that was a very good shot. He anticipated where the T-28 was going to be and put the round exactly there so that it would meet the tank as he backed into it. Now that T-150 looks as if he's going to come round this way, but that Sherman, who's having a quick look round, and he is a 2-mark Sherman, you can see the yellow marks on his barrel. So he's obviously a very experienced player, and I would think he's probably got the derp gun as well. In which case he's a bit cautious about poking around that corner, because the T-150 could do a lot of damage to him. He also hasn't got that much in the way of support. There's nobody near him. They're 3 tanks up, but that T-150 can do a lot of damage. Okay. Marder, 38T, other side, he's just taken out the Largo. Oh no, it was actually the M44 who got the Largo. The Marder didn't do anything, he's just sitting there, and now he's going to sit there forever because he's a wreck. He was taken out. Now the T-150 pushed through Heavy Alley, and he's trying to get at the Sherman. But the Sherman driver is trying to get round the other side of the rock. Now he has actually been hit. I think it was hit by Arty. Now the enemy has got 3 Arty. He's got a Grilla, a T-82 and an M44. Okay, now can TerryDK put a shot into that T150? Yes, he can. 74 hit points, but it's useful. Oh, and that's what I thought the Sherman driver was worried about, that he'd get hit by the T150, and he did, and it wiped him out. But TerryDK got another hit into him, but that T150 is just too quick, and he's going to disappear from sight any second. We'll lose sight of him. Yep. But he got that last round in. It hit the turret of the T150 because that's all he could see. And he's fired another round in anyway, but no, the T150 is no longer there. I suspect that T150, realising that he could still be hit behind the rock, has actually moved. But there's nobody spotting at the moment. Nobody. Now, there is a T1 Heavy at the enemy cap, and he's hunting that T82. He's not gone into the cap. Oh, he has gone into the cap now, but it may be only temporarily. Because basically it's one Heavy and 3 Artys on both sides. There's the griller. And he's just tried to shotgun the T1 Heavy and failed. And that round goes in from TerryDK and takes out the griller. 121. That was a good counter battery. Now, can we find that T82? Ooh, as that aircraft goes straight through the field of view. Now, I suspect the M44 is somewhere on the B line, because that shell that came in from the M44 came from that direction, I think. I'm pretty sure. The Hummel's moving up on the airstrip. The T150 is somewhere. I think he's moving back to the cap. I think that we'll spot the T150 nearing the cap very shortly. There's the T82. Now, can TerryDK get a shell into him quickly? He's moving up. He's going to try and shotgun the T1 Heavy. He does shotgun him, but the round's out and hits the rock, and we've lost the T1 Heavy. There's the T150. Now, what's he going to do now? Rounds out on T150. It hits the building instead. Now, the Hummel's going to have to spot. Nope, we lost sight of them. There's the M44. He was on the B line. I thought he was. It was just the angle at which the shell that came in and hit the Sherman when he was hit by the Arty. So it just led me to believe that the M44 was on the B line somewhere. Oh, it wasn't fully in, and that M44 is going to repair his tracks very shortly, and he'll be off. Needs to do a long lead because it's a long way for the shell to go. Oh, it lands just behind the M44. Oh, I think that was a golden opportunity missed there because we've lost the Hummel. The thing is that the Fifi, the leFH18B2, has got a very long view range because it's very tall. That gun's mounted on top of a heavy tank and it's got a view range of 390 meters, which is much more than the view range of the M44, which is only 325 meters, I believe. So there's the M44, and the M44 doesn't know he's been spotted. His sixth sense may have gone off, but he certainly won't know where the Fifi is, and that was a good direct hit. Takes out the M44. Now, can TerryDK play this to his advantage? Because he will see the T150 before the T150 sees him, unless the T150 is in cover. So the T150 is going to have to come and find him, but I doubt that he will use the airfield or the airstrip to do it. He won't come up the sea line, because that would be exposing himself, and he knows that the Fifi's got good view range. Now, if anything, it's the Su-122 who will spot the enemy first, because I think it's very likely the T-82 or the T-150 will head for the cap. If so, the Su-122 will see him, or the cap will go off. The cap alarm will go off. Or the cap siren, I should say, will go off. And then we'll know that they are in the cap. Yep, there's the cap going off. Now, I think that's the T82. And TerryDK is going to aim at the cap and wait for the SU-122 to spot which of them it is. If anything, I'd say the T82 will be on the far side of the cap. There's the T82, so it's the T150 that's in the cap. The T82 that's spotting. Oh, good shot there, right into the T82. Right, now, will the SU-122 spot the T150? He needs to go in there, and he's not moving. He may be AFK. He has been badly damaged. Oh, no, he's not AFK. He is moving. Okay, we need him to spot and find out where that T150 is. If it's the T150, then I think he'll be on the east side of the map, just behind those buildings to the left of the SU-122. I don't think he would have come in the back. If it was the T82 that was hiding, he'd be on the far side of the cap, because there's lots of buildings there that will obstruct the view. But I think the T150 is going to be somewhere to the left of that SU-122. He needs to move, otherwise we're not going to be able to fire in time. There he is to the left. Round out. Oh, and because he left it too late to move, TerryDK couldn't get an accurate shot in there to hit the T150. He was hidden behind a building, so we lost that one because the SU-122 just wouldn't move ahead to spot. Oh dear, that's so bad, because TerryDK could have badly damaged that T150 even if the SU-122 had been killed. But the SU-122 did have the 152mm howitzer. He could have driven through the buildings and fired at the T150 the moment that he appeared, and that would have badly damaged the T150 and possibly given the SU-122 a defender medal for resetting the cap at a late stage. Oh, such a pity that he didn't understand that. Okay, let's have a look at the end of battle scores. Well, at least TerryDK managed to get a second class tanker. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, crew incapacitations or module damage. And he got a top gun because he managed to get at least 6 kills, and you can see them there. And of course he picked up a counter battery medal because he actually took out all 3 of the enemy Arty, the M44, the T82 HMC and the Griller, which he took out at range. So let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he did the most damage on his team, 1,267 hit points. The T150 managed to get the high caliber because he got 1,866. He also picked up an Invader medal and a Pascucci's for taking out at least 2 of the Arty. He took out the Hummel and he took out the SU-122. But when it came to kills, TerryDK actually got the highest number of kills, with 6. And when it came to base XP on his team, he came up with 462 experience points, but the T150 managed to get 980 in total on the winning team. TerryDK fired 26 rounds, got 13 direct hits, 13 penetration and 2 splash. He did damage of 1,267 hit points, of which 1,195 were at more than 300 meters. He hit 8 of the enemy, but only killed 6 of them. But he did do damage assistance of 352 hit points. And that was on the Churchill, I believe, because once he tracked it one side, his teammates then tracked it the other side and did damage to him. On a premium account, he earned 30,164 credits, but he gets the Achievements Award, and that's mainly because he actually picked up a Top Gun and a Counter Battery Fire medal, and that means that his score has to be equalised with that of the winning team because he picked up an Epic Medal or a Battle Honour. So his total came to 36,239 credits, and after ammunition resupply, which is relatively cheap, he was left with 32,911 credits. he received 693 XP, but again he gets the Achievements Award here again for 448, and also a bonus because Fifi is a premium vehicle, so he gets an additional 457 experience points, bringing his total to 1,599 in total. So yep, it was a pretty good battle right up until the end, and unfortunately the SU122 driver didn't understand how to play his Arty in these circumstances. And if he had actually detected that T150 a little earlier, TerryDK could have actually taken him out, and or at least reset the cap and got a defender himself. But I think it's more likely that the SU122 driver was inexperienced of how to do that sort of thing, and as a consequence we missed out. By a whisker as well, because if only he'd had a few more seconds to aim, I'm pretty sure he would have got an accurate reset on that T150, and then he could have torn it apart using the SU122 as his spotter. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be featuring in our next video.